Before we start the show, let's hear from one of our sponsors. Their support keeps this show free for you. Don't you wish we could scoop up all the electronics in our house and just throw them in the garbage? Are you sick of fighting with your kids about how long and how much? And no, you can't have social media. And no, we're not going to watch our show for 7 hours a day. Electronics are the bane of our existence. But how can we cohabitate with electronics? I have created an event. It's called Plugged In Parenting. And I'm going to be meeting with folks April 29th and 30th for an hour each day at noon to discuss how we can live with electronics in our children without completely indulging them and also without being completely restrictive. Join me for this 2-day event. I can't wait to see you there. Hi, I'm Michelle, a mother of 2 teens. 13 years ago, I traded in punishments and rewards for connection. Now I prioritize relationship over behaviors, utilize play as a parenting tool, and set limits with empathy instead of consequences. Each week, I share my journey and interview clients, experts, and followers. Thanks for joining me on the Peace and Parenting podcast. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to the Peace and Parenting Podcast. I'm Michelle, and I have lovely guest Stephanie, who has a parenting question. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hello. My name is Stephanie. I live in New York City, and I co-parent a 6.5-year-old. Interestingly, we live in the same building, even though we are in the middle of a divorce.
Oh, gosh. Okay. We got an extra layer here.
Yep.
Okay. So tell me, what are you struggling with?
The reason that you are divorcing the person you're divorcing, you end up bumping up against so many of the same issues that led you to the divorce in your co-parenting.
Yep.
And it's very frustrating because there are a lot of just fundamental differences that are hard to work out. And we're doing our best, but
it's not easy.
No,
it's not easy. Well, it's not easy to parent inside of a relationship that's functioning or not functioning that well. And it's also not easy to parent with a co-parent when you're not together, right? I just think parenting with anyone's hard.
I think, well, yeah. And also when we were together for the first 3 years of her life, I had a lot more control over everything that we were doing and how she was being parenting. I was calling all of the shots. And he just took a backseat role to that. And now 50% of the time, I have no control over what's happening. And so we have huge discrepancies on screen time.
Mm-hmm.
And, we essentially don't do screens in my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a lot of YouTube and a lot of games and tablet. And she had a lot of behavior problems that were showing up at school. And that is, I think, with time, and we got her a therapist as well, that has improved over time. And when she comes upstairs, she rides the elevator by herself. And that's a new evolution. And man, she loves it.
That's so cute.
Yeah, the independence of pressing the button and going up the elevator. But she never asks for any screen related thing when she comes up here. She did it first, but she just knows that's not an option when she's here, and it's totally fine.
Yeah.
The biggest issue that we're dealing with right now, like this week, we're dealing with is we're trying to decide how many days to go back and forth. And we're unique in the sense that I just moved upstairs, but we were going back and forth every other day for a while. And then for about the last year, we've been doing 2 days and 2 days. That's been okay. But I've had this goal of maybe it was very aspirational, but that we would both be able to see her every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, we were doing it. And so we both get home from work and it's late, but we would still do a half an hour. If it was his night, I would still see her for about a half hour in the evening. That ended up being disruptive.
Yeah.
Because she was being pulled back and forth. So then with the help of her therapist, actually has been a bit of a co-parenting coach for us, which is, she's a social worker, and shout out to social workers.
Yes.
They seem to always be the ones that really are doing the best work. Yeah, so she's amazing. And the new thing, when it's his night, she comes home from school, and the babysitter will take to his apartment instead of, it was always mine, and even on his nights, because I was controlling everything. I was, and this is where all the books and the art and the, and the music is. And I didn't want any part of her day to be spent on a tablet.
First of all, let me say I'm divorced. I've been divorced for a long time. I was married for a long time. It's not easy. It really is. And I think over time it gets better. And I know that it's hard on us parents too, because we don't get to see our kids every day. And that's
Oh,
one of
it's
the
awful.
hardest things. Yeah. And I think that that piece we really have to mourn.
Mm,
We really have to, come to terms with that. That is a fact of being divorced, and to really dive into those feelings for yourself around that.
yeah. And it's hard to, 50% of her life is with someone that I have huge problems with.
Yeah. And I think I heard control a lot. And I think that's the biggest thing also, in addition to mourning and feeling those feelings and, coming to terms with that. And then the second piece is that you cannot control anything that goes on at his house, not one thing.
Mm.
There's just no way.
And he definitely pushes back. And I think me trying to make him do anything has just made him dig in his heels more.
100%. And kids are the same way.
Yeah, I think it's a very human trait.
Nobody wants to be told what to do.
Absolutely not.
And so I think that's basically your answer. You can't tell him what to do. And if you have a co-parent who's on a different page than you have to accept that, or you guys have to agree to get on the same page. And it doesn't sound like that's where he's at.
Right.
We're going to take a break from our show to hear from our sponsors. Without their sponsorship, I wouldn't be able to bring you this incredible show free of charge. So I'll see you back in a few minutes. If you're a parent, you get it. There isn't time to research every single product you use in your home. That's why you need Blue Land. They're certified, safe, and clean by the EPA. And they get the job done without worrying about the impact they're having on your family, your children, or on you. Blue Land is on a mission to eliminate single-use plastic by reinventing cleaning essentials to be better for you and the planet with the same powerful clean you're used to. Just fill your reusable bottles with water, drop in the tablets, and wait for them to dissolve. You'll never have to grab bulky cleaning supplies on your grocery run. I'm always running out of room for extra bottles, and this makes things so much easier. Plus, Blue Land products are effective and affordable, with refill tablets starting at just $2.25. Blue Land products are independently tested to perform alongside major brands and are free from dyes, bleach, and harsh chemicals. And Blue Land is trusted by over 1 million homes, including mine. Celebrate Earth Month and make the switch today. Get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/peace. You won't want to miss this. blueland.com/peace for 15% off. Are you a mom who feels like you're juggling it all, but something just feels off? It could also be your hormones causing this chaos. Hormone Harmony contains science-backed herbal extracts called adaptogens. Now, here's the beauty of adaptogens. They help the body adapt to any stressors like chaotic hormonal changes that happen naturally throughout a woman's life. That's why Hormone Harmony is perfect for women of all ages who are struggling with life-disrupting symptoms such as PMS, like irritability, moodiness, discomfort, or uncontrollable cravings, and menopause with symptoms like hot flashes and night sweats. The results are impressive. There are over 40,000 reviews on their website. Women cannot stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. So for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code PEACE. Check out happymammoth.com. Use the code PEACE for 15% off today. Now, back to the show.
there's really nothing I can't do anything legally. He's allowed to be whatever kind of parent he's going to be. And I want her to have a great dad. And I also believe as much as I dislike the fact that she's with him at all, I believe very strongly in 50-50 parenting, which is kind of the only way that it's done, at least here in New York. I don't know.
Most places. Yeah.
I guess the concept that it's more important that the kid know that they have two parents that love them equally
100%.
and more important than like having a really good parent and a shoddy parent.
That's right. And, two things, Stephanie. You are going to provide her with the deep, bonded, connected relationship that she desperately needs. And you only need that from one parent to be a successful adult.
Really?
Yes, that's what the research says. That's what every therapist says. So she doesn't need her dad to be the best dad. She just needs him to be good enough. She's going to have an incredible relationship with you. And over time, she's going to, and she probably already does, realize that.
Yeah, she knows where the love is for sure. And as I've been listening to your podcast for a while, and it really has been life changing. It
Oh, I'm so glad.
I am the one that gets all the feelings.
Yes.
And so I was getting the huge behavior, hitting
Yep.
and stomping and kicking and all of it. And he would just sort of shrug and say, never does that with me.
Well, congratulations, Stephanie. You're the safe one, and that's where you want to be.
Yeah,
I
100%.
I think if you took the stance that you never have to tell him what to do in parenting again, it might take a lot of pressure off the conflict you guys are having. Like you don't have to tell him anything because guess what? It's not going to make a bit of difference. And if you just stop telling him what to do, he just might come around more to these ideas.
Yeah,
But if you let go of that piece, it might free up your mind to be more present with him, more present with her. And the better relationship that you guys can have is better for your daughter.
right. As much as we try to hide and just our animosity for each other, we're able to interact with each other on a very neutral, no expression whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she's picking up on that as
Of
well.
course. And I think maybe this one idea, just letting go of giving him any parenting advice or expecting him to be like you, or you guys have to be on the same page, or that he's going to do any of these things. I wonder, it would be interesting for you just to do like an experiment for 2 weeks, just to not say anything to him, not try to control anything, not worry about what she's doing over there, and just let it go and see how that feels. Because it might give you some peace and it might give you guys some peace inside your relationship because you're going to have to be connected to this guy forever.
Forever.
I'm 9 years divorced and we have all our Christmases together. We have all of our holidays together. We have all our birthdays. We have everything together. And it's because I've just let go of expecting anything from him except for nothing, actually. I expect nothing from him.
Like lower your expectations to completely
Yeah.
zero.
0. I don't expect anything of him. And he shows up and he makes it happen in the best way he can. And I'm not perfect, but it has helped me just like not have resentment or animosity. It's helped me forgive him for whatever things I think he did wrong in our relationship. It's just helped me let go of that.
It's incredible what marriage, divorce, children. I have never felt in any relationship the strong feelings that I have.
Yeah.
I've never said things in anger to anyone like I have said to him.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was in me.
Yeah.
But it's when this is she's the most important person to both of us.
The best thing you can do for her is to have a good relationship with him that's conflict free. And if you have to be the catalyst for that and the bigger person or if you have to be the person that makes that happen, you're doing it for your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
If I
Yeah.
told you my divorce story, you would tell me never forgive him. But I have.
Wow.
Because it's worth it for the kids. It's worth it.
Hmm.
I think there's do you feel like a lot of resentment toward him?
Our relationship has changed so much. I was the one in charge when of all the parenting because I just
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and and now it's I'm not in charge for half the time.
That's not easy. I think you're going to find your path with him, though. He's doing his best. He's probably not a terrible person. He's doing his best. He's doing the best he can. He's taking your daughter 50% of the time. I heard a judge say once, or I heard a client told me that a judge said once, it's better to have, an okay parent than not to have that parent there at all.
Yeah, I know that he loves her.
Of course.
He loves the crap out of her.
My ex, he's the guy that will be like, "Oh my God, you're sad. Do you want me to buy you something?"
Yes, it's the dopamine hits are just freely
He
given out. The unearned dopamine.
show up at our door with candy, and I'm like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh, the girl, they texted me they wanted candy
Oh,
because they know I wouldn't get it for him." I'm like, "What? You came to my house to drop off candy for the girls? Like, are you insane? It's 9 p.m. Like, what are you doing here?" So I get it.
he took her on. She's on a week off for spring break, and he took her to Orlando to a resort. And she knows he provides for her and my restrictions and boundaries. And so we started a video chat, and without saying a word, she just showed me her shoulder that had a sunburn on it. And then she held up an Oreo cookie to the camera lens. I was like, oh man.
Oh, daddy, 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 daddy. I mean, this is it though. It's like, bless them, right? They aren't.
Yeah, and she loves it.
Yeah, they're not, they're good people. They're not doing it like we would.
No.
No, and that's okay. And we have to let go of that. Let them do it the way they're going to do it because it will drive us crazy trying to control them.
And we've been doing this now. I moved upstairs 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. So it's been a little bit.
I have a partner that I live with, and so she has functionally a stepdad as well,
Right.
and he's very much like me. So lots of love and emotion, and they do special time together, and
So
it's great.
She's getting lucky her. She has more people to love her. She has a Disneyland dad. Like she's gonna be fine. Gonna be fine. I promise you she's gonna be fine.
I really appreciate your positive outlook on our future.
She will be. Listen, none of us are getting out of this childhood parenting stuff unscathed. My kids will go to therapy. Your kids will go to therapy. Our kids will have issues in their other relationships because we're all unhealed as well. And so we can only get it right most of the time, not all the time.
And I that's another thing is that I think all of us are the strong people that we are because of what we've gone through and recovered from.
Yep.
And I know I'm going to have to watch that with her too.
Yeah. They become resilient. They get grit. She's going to learn lots of stuff about being with people from her dad, because we experience all different kinds of people. It's important for them to learn how to navigate different personalities. And so I'm not worried about her. I think she'll be just fine. All right. I want you to do an experiment, 14 days of not telling him anything about parenting, just nothing.
Oh, God.
And then at the end of 14 days, you notice how you feel.
Okay.
Then you can continue on your path of trying to control, or you can just totally let it go. You decide.
All right.
Okay.
I will. I accept your challenge, and I will report back.
Yes, please do. Tell me one good thing from this meeting, something that was helpful.
The permission to let go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I need to be told.
Don't we all? Well, thank you, Stephanie, so much for joining me on the Peace and Parenting podcast. I really, really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see how your journey goes.
Oh, thank you so much. It's really a godsend, this whole podcast and your philosophy.
Thank you. I'll see you soon. Hey there, Peace and Parenting family. If you love the podcast but wish to enjoy it without interruptions, your wish has come true. Introducing the ad-free version of the Peace and Parenting podcast, available exclusively on Apple Podcast. As a subscriber, you'll get all the heartfelt advice, parenting stories, and actionable tips you love without any ads. For less than the cost of a coffee each month, you will enjoy uninterrupted listening while also supporting our work to help you build stronger connections with your kids. Try it out for free. Simply find Peace in Parenting on Apple Podcasts, click Try Free, and you'll gain immediate access to our ad-free episodes. There's no commitment and you can cancel anytime. So if you're ready for a more peaceful, uninterrupted listening experience, subscribe now. Let's keep focusing on connection without the distractions.